How do you create a positive and motivating atmosphere within your gym to keep people motivated and engaged?
It's easy. You have to be that person, right? Because a building is just a building. Everybody has dumbbells, everybody has barbells, everybody's got cables, ropes, bands, med balls. Everybody has that. But what do you offer to that? Do you bring up the quality in that? Right? So when somebody walks in, already there's a broken person because they're looking for help. That's why they came in, because they need help physically, sometimes even mentally. I've had people where they come in for a session, training session, and we might sit down and talk for an hour because they needed that. Right? So if you don't have that to give, what kind of value do you bring to your building? Right? So you could build this multi-million-dollar building and it'd be worth 10 cents on the inside. Or you can be in a 4,000 square foot building with only 2,700 feet of usable space, and people feel like they're in a mansion. You know, so when they walk in, they feel that was the biggest thing, leaving the small area, coming to a big area. People say when they walked in another spot, they felt like they were at home. And they say, man, please, whatever you do, don't lose that part of coming to the body shop edge. And, you know, me and my wife, you know, we talked about it, kind of laughed about it. Like, you know, in that conversation, I said, you have to realize it's not the building, it's the people that it's comprised of. The people who are there. Doesn't matter where you could put me outside on a football field. You could put me in a gym. You could put me in a classroom. You could put me in an auditorium. You could put me in a hallway. You're still gonna get the same thing when you come through. You're still gonna be motivated. You know, you're still gonna have a blast. You're gonna work hard. Whatever. All these things that Coach D brings to the table, you're still gonna get those even on the outside of this building. It just happens that this is where I am. So if you want to get that, come see me, right? So that's the easy part. It's easy to fake it. You know, people walk, oh, well, man, yeah, you got to do this. Yeah, let's go, baby. You got to get something, blah, blah. But through that, watch a person's work ethic.
Tell you everything.
Tell you everything you need to know. So one of the things I always hit on, sometimes I'll bring people in and I'll say, hey, listen, if somebody walked in right now and only saw you training for 1 minute, 30 seconds, and that's all they saw of you, what would they say about you? So you have to train every minute, every second, just like that's the last time somebody's ever going to see you. You have to make an impact in that time that somebody walks in and looks and say, man, is this a lazy bum, or man, that dude get after it. So when people walk in and they see me, it's the same every time. They see me grinding, getting after it. I'm in here with my college and pro athletes and high school kids, going through the toughest workouts with them. Grinding, getting after it. Man, Coach D, man, you be getting after it. I'm like, yeah, because it inspires you. I'm not going to give you the hardest stuff and not walk through it with you. That's not going to happen. If I feel like it's going to be challenging and it's going to be grueling, guess who's going to be right next to you going through it, right there? Tomorrow, let's go, let's get it. Let's get some. I'm going to be right there. That's leadership. It's hard not to be motivated when you see that. But the difference is I'm a driven individual. I don't need outside motivation. It's already in there. I just wake up and I'm ready to roll. There's not days where I don't feel motivated because I have to. And in order to motivate other people, think about this. In order to motivate other people, I have to give you something that I have. If I don't have it, how can I give it to you? A broke man can't give you money. Right? So if I have to be rich in motivation, I have to be rich enough to drive people and get them rolling and keep them rolling. So every time they come in, I have to give that to them. Boom, boom, boom. But in the instance of giving that to them, I can't be taken away from myself. So I had to keep creating that. That way I never run out of that fuel. Boom, boom. So there are things that push me to this point in life. That lit a fire a long time ago, man. It never went out. So that's the difference. Like, I don't need to read a book. I don't need to look at a video. You know, I do because I want to get inside the mindsets of other people. Like, I want to see, man, like what gets this guy going, or what's, you know, and then reading that and watching those videos, I'm like, man, we're on the same wavelength, man. We operating on the same wavelength. It's just people know them and they don't know me. It's the only difference because we're right there. So that's what you're going to get from me. That's the easiest way to put it. Like, I can't say, well, I think about this and then I'm rah, or I do this and then everybody's motivated after I do this. It's like, no, I'm going to give you what I got. There was one time in all the time I've been training that I let the outside affect what I did on the inside. And I'll tell you a story real quick. I was training a group of kids and management had pissed me off, man. I was in a bad way coming in that Saturday morning. You know, we didn't see eye to eye on some things. But anyway, so I'm training this little group and I'm like, high knees, butt kicks, blah, blah. And little kid walks up and says, Coach D, can I ask you a question? I said, what you got? He said, well, we just noticed you weren't talking much today and you weren't saying much. You know, we just wondering if everything's okay. I looked at that kid. I said, you know what? Man, Coach D ain't had his coffee yet today, man. Let me go get me a cup of coffee and get my mind right. Boom. And snap right back because people don't pay for my bad days. So I said from that point forward, like nobody would ever see that side. That's not what they're here for. They're here for the energetic, the motivating, you know, the impactful Coach D. Not the, I'm having a bad day, so we're just going to drag through this. Like, nah, that's not what they're looking for. So I'm not going to give them that. And that was a lesson that I learned a long time ago. So it's something that I can pass along to other people, especially those who, you know, whether you're a coach or you're a teacher or, man, even if you work in the professional world, right? Everybody has bad days, right? So if you're going to be that leader, just think about it. You got to hold everybody else up, right? A lot of times you'll kind of buckle under the pressure a little bit, but I mean, you gotta shudder that and just kind of stand back up and say, man, I'm good. You know, don't get me wrong. Strong people need other strong people to talk to also, because we all run into the same issues, the same problems, you know, so getting through that. Hey man, you gotta hold everybody else up. Even when you sick, people don't know when I'm sick. I still show up. 4:30 in the morning. Here till close. See you tomorrow. Been times I walk through the door, had to sit down because I'm weak. Sit down, take me a deep breath. Boom. Get as much done as I can before anybody comes in and see me not moving fast. Right? Then when they come in, bam. What's good, baby? Let's get it. Let's go. You know what time it is? Boom. And I feel like trash. But at the same time, you'll never know that because you don't deserve that. So I'm going to give you what you're looking for. Then after they walk out the door, I might crawl into the office and take me a nap or something, man. But, you know, that's, to me, it's easy. So, I mean, that's just what I do.
What advice would you give someone who's considering opening their own gym or entering the fitness business?
Let's see. Make sure you got it scoped out, man. Make sure you know what you're getting into. Right. Because your time is no longer your time. Because now you're giving out pieces of you're going to be giving out pieces of your day. So if you're used to, man, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, it's like, that goes out the window. Because if I thought about going to lunch at 11 and somebody calls me at 10 o'clock and say, hey man, I'm trying to get a session in today. Can I get in around 11? Guess who's not going to lunch? You know, so you have to think about it. You know, you have to become selfless, you know, at that point, and make yourself available, you know, to people at all times. So if you're going to get into that, understand that that comes along with that. It's not, you might have some places where you only go and you only work a few hours. But if you're thinking about doing your own thing, understand that that's a 24-hour job. You know, that's 24-hour occupation. I ain't gonna say a job. That's your occupation now. You know, that's how you're gonna make your living. So these 24 hours, boom, boom, it's all about you. Everything that you do is gonna affect who you bring in or who walks out the door. So whatever your social media is, whatever, you have to think about all of that, right? So you know, if you're on there talking rah, 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 not everybody's gonna be a part of that. Right? If you're likable and people love that about you, boom, they're coming. If you get on there and you say something crazy and you're talking about, you know, politics, religion, all the crazy things that happen in the world right now, if you get on that and you're always stating your opinion on that, that's going to hurt your business. So you pretty much have to stay neutral. Like I don't get involved in any hot topics, right? If it's outside the realm of fitness, then I don't get into it. Because if people don't sit down and have a conversation with you, they're going to perceive what you're saying however it is that they feel like. Oh, well, Coach D doesn't like blah, blah, blah. He said it right there. And it's in black and white. And they done Snapchat and they done sent it to all these people. So all these conversations have started, you know, about that, behind that. So that's what you have to understand. And hey, if you're planning on building your own building, are you planning on moving to your own location? Do your homework. Don't just be like, oh man, it looks nice, we're in there, boom. Because maybe it's not a good fit. Who are you trying to attract? What type of crowd are you trying to attract? Like all those things matter. If you're just, I'm just trying to get as many people in the building as I can. That's good to an extent, right? So if you think about a place like Walmart, Walmart's huge, right? You go into Walmart. If everybody in this one spot went to Walmart at one time, you'd be like, man, I can't get nothing. I can't check out. The line's too long. You know, this, that, and the third. You know, so you have to be careful, you know, what you ask for. Are you capable of handling that type of workload? So I look at that, you know, self-governing the workload. What to market and promote, what not to. Just to keep the numbers at a good spot where they're sustainable so people can come in, they still have space, they can still get in and out the bathroom, they can get in and out the showers, they can get on and off the benches and the racks and stuff like that in a timely manner, and everything's not just log jam, because then that becomes a problem for people, and guess what people do? People find somewhere else to be. So you have to understand that. If you're just chasing the dollar, your mindset's going to be different than mine. Because I'm not just chasing the dollar. I'm in it to make a difference. That's a difference in itself. You start making a difference, then all the other things come along with it. It's not, well, let me chase this, because you can chase that and not make a difference in anybody's life. No impact in anybody's life. Oh yeah, it's got a nice gym, but man, that guy sucks. I only go there because it's right here next to my house or whatever, you know, which, you know, I've heard things like that. So I never want anybody to say that about the Body Shop Edge. You know, man, that guy sucks. He's got a terrible attitude. And if somebody ever says that, then you know they don't know me. Man, you just making something up. You know, so understand, boom, if you're going to get into it, you got to be 100% committed, all in, and even just starting out. So I'm not going to tell you how much I make now, how much I don't make, whatever. But let's just say, I'll just tell you this. Starting out, I made $50 a week training. I left a full-time job. Left it. Making whatever I made over there to making $50 a week. And when I gave those people my 2 weeks notice, they said, man, you're stupid. You're going to leave a full-time job to go make $50 a week? Man, that's dumb. I'd never do that. but there was an opportunity. The opportunity was granted to me. If I said no to that opportunity, it would have been given to somebody else. And years later, I wouldn't be standing inside my own building with my own logo and everything that's associated with it. That's the difference. Those people who call me stupid are probably still working that same job. Right? So, you know, and I don't, oh yeah, look who's stupid now. Like, nah, you know, it's just, hey, I understand where you're coming from. To a lot of people on the outside looking in, that doesn't make sense. You're going to leave this to go do that? Wow. I was training people. I was training this one lady for $25 a week, and she was showing up like 5 days a week. So you're looking at $5 a session. Right. But I had no name. Nobody knew who I was. So I said, hey, you know, whatever I have to do, I'm going to go ahead and do whatever I have to do right now on the front end of this, because I see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is going to be worth it. Absolutely. So that's what I looked at. I didn't look at where I was starting. I appreciated where I was starting, because now it became part of the story. It's something to look back on and say, man, you only made that starting out? Wow. To where you are now? Like, man, that's crazy. See, a lot of people only see the end goal, right? So that's what they want.
They don't see the process.
They don't see the process. So they, oh, man, I'm getting to the fitness, man. I'm gonna make a lot of money because the trainers be getting paid. They be blah, blah, blah. And like, I hear you, you know, but it sounds good, man. Like, hey, some people do get lucky. Don't get me wrong. Some people do fall into something and they're lucky. But for the most part, that's only like 5%, maybe at the most. You look at the other 95%, man, go and get it. Now, are you working somewhere else? You know, are you working in somebody else's gym? Because if you're working in somebody else's gym, you got to pay somebody else's fee. Offer your training session. You know, things that matter. So how much are they charging? How much do you need to charge for your sessions? How much are you worth? I don't even know you to be giving me these prices, you know, so you have to be careful. You know, you got to be careful on that. So what are your credentials? What have you done? You play ball anywhere? You did this, you did that. You know, you got certifications. What do you have? You know, people want to know these things, right? Once you start putting out prices and all this stuff. And I'm at a point now where people don't question nothing. I mean, they didn't question me in the beginning, you know, but now, like, I've done a lot of stuff. So it goes unquestioned. So when people type in my name, pull up something, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, this dude, he the real deal. But I didn't have that then. I had to build up to that. I had to go run those races. I had to go to powerlifting meets. You know, I had to go do jiu-jitsu tournaments. I had to go do these things in order to build my resume. Right? So if you don't have a resume, don't just say, well, because I got this certification, and most people say if they're a trainer, then this is what they make, so I'm going to ask for the same thing. No, man, people don't know you. So build your resume up in the process of, hey, but you got to start somewhere. So start somewhere, but start somewhere that makes sense. Understand where you are, the cost of living, how much people are typically paying for these types of services, you know, but don't just go dive off the deep end and be like, I'm asking for what the top guy is asking for, just $5 less than what the top guy asking for, because if they paying him for that, I know they're going to pay me. But, you know, they ain't. Yeah. So just know you got to work, man.
Oh, yeah. Can you discuss the role of nutrition and wellness education in your gym's approach to overall health and fitness?
I have a simple approach. I can sit down and I can do a meal plan for somebody, but knowing that 98% of the people won't do the meal plan, it almost becomes like a money grab. And I'm not in it, you know, in that aspect, you know, to get paid, you know, for sitting down doing meal plans. One, it takes forever to do it, and two, people are probably going to do it for about a week. So my outlook on when it comes to nutrition and the importance of it is, when you come in, you start putting in work. Once you start putting in that work, you'll start making those little tweaks yourself if you're serious about what you're doing, right? So if you're serious about what you're doing, you'll start to establish that discipline. So it's like, hey, I like to do this, I like to do that. All right, work on removing fried foods from your daily intake. Replace them with baked, grilled, and every once in a while, just to satisfy the urge, eat you a piece of fried chicken, whatever. If people start to see that they're putting in all this work and this is starting to sabotage what they're working for, then they'll start to make those tweaks. Because it's a difference. If you work for something, it's like somebody gave you a TV. If somebody gave you a TV and somebody stole that TV, yeah, you'd probably be mad, right? But if you worked for that TV, you went to work and then you went and you bought that thing yourself and then somebody came and took that, you're going to be pissed, right? There's a different level. So it's the same thing. Now I'm coming in, I'm working for this. Now you have a deeper appreciation for what you're going through. So let's start making those small little tweaks here and there, right? You're going to get a checkup at the doctor. You know, he's saying this is high, that's high. You need to do this, you need to do that. So the next time somebody goes 6 months later, hey man, your blood pressure's better. You know, your cholesterol levels are down. You know, you lost some weight. Bam. They hear that. Oh, let me make a few more tweaks. Because if that did that, you know, I can make this and I can get off my blood pressure medicine. I can get off this medicine. I can get off this. You know, so understand that none of that other stuff is going to happen if you don't have the discipline to do this. Because it starts here. I can give you a meal plan, charge you for a meal plan. You walk out the door and be like, thanks. You paid some money for it, but what are you putting into it? You're not putting anything into it. You paid money for a plan. I gave you the plan. And then either you're going to follow the plan or you're not. I don't know what you're putting in your mouth. Yeah, you know, so, but when you come in here, oh, I know what you're doing. I know what you're not doing. So let's get right. Let's put in that work. And why you putting in that work? I'm in your ear the whole time. In your ear the whole time. Like, man, I'll be messing up out there doing, you know, crazy stuff. You know, going to get this and going to get that. All right, how do you have? So that way, when you go off somewhere and you get ready to do something, you hear my voice in your head talking about, I know you ain't about to do this crazy stuff. And people talk, man, I was about to do something. I heard all I could think about you saying, rah, rah, whatever, you know. So, yeah, so they're like, so, man, I went and got me something different, man. I went and got me a Subway sandwich or something, you know. So because life is so hectic now, people working all the time, you know. A lot of times people don't have time to sit down and cook and do these other things. So you really have to choose the lesser of the two evils. So if I'm going to a fast food place, well, let me get whatever the healthiest thing on the menu is. It may not be the healthiest option of the day, you know, but for right now, in this moment, that's the healthiest option. So I'm going to go with that because I'm pressed for time. I ain't got time to go do all the other stuff. So you start making like little things, little decisions like that. And those things add up. That's what people don't see. You know, if, oh, I got to do this every day and I got to do this and this sucks and I don't want to do this. Because people don't want to eat food that is not good. People eat things that they love. Oh man, I love me some whatever, some rice and gravy, some, you know, some chicken or some dump, whatever. You know, people know what they love. They love flavor. So if I tell you to eat something totally different, how long are you gonna follow that? Not long. Not before you find yourself back to square one. So if we take out small little pieces here and there, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, all that stuff adds up. So it's taking the simple approach as opposed to, no, we got to do this major overhaul. I need you to shut down and cease doing all this right here and only start doing this right here. You know, drive people crazy. It's like they're going through like a detox or, you know, they're trying to kick a habit. You know, like, nah, I got to have it. Hey, if you got to have it, just do it in small portions, right? And just shrink your portions over time. And before you know it, it's been disappeared and it's been replaced with something else that now you have the taste for that and, you know, you can do that. So do I say never jump off the ship and don't eat pizza and don't get you a burger? Or, no, I mean, there are times in life where you need to enjoy yourself. Because unless you're getting ready for a bodybuilding competition or, you know, some type of fitness competition, like that's different. Because now you're talking about derailing a result. So between the average Joe, who's, I just want to lose a few pounds, to the, hey man, I'm trying to win a championship, that mindset and that thought process is totally different. Hey, you know what this is going to do. So, hey, if you want to go out here and get your ass whooped, then fine, so be it, you know. But just know that this is going to show itself at some point, as opposed to the average Joe, like he's just getting up going to work every day. He's not about to compete in anything. Just, hey man, you know, just trying to shake the dad bod, or trying to trim up a little bit to, I'm getting married next month, or I'm going on a cruise. I'm just trying to lose a few pounds. I got a reunion coming up. It's so many different reasons that people want to lose weight just for a brief period in time. Till you got the person that, hey man, like my livelihood may depend on this. Or, hey man, the doctor says if I don't lose weight, I'm gonna die in a year. To, hey, I'm headed towards being a diabetic. Like those things will make you change whatever it is you're doing. So if you're climbing that ladder right there, it's like, hey, now we need to start backing it up. We need to come down the other way. So when somebody says, hey, I was borderline diabetic, but I came in here, I've been putting in work, I changed the way I eat and went to the doctor and now I'm good. They directly see the benefit of making healthier choices. And the goal is to live life, not just to be here. That's my goal anyway. You know, like whatever that number is, I want to live all of it. I don't want to spend the last part of time wishing that I hadn't done something, or man, really wish I would have exercised or did something because now I can't play with my grandkids, or, you know, or I made bad lifestyle decisions and now my kids are affected by what I did. So when you prioritize that, it's easier to make those decisions, you know, on your end of things. So it's just putting things in a different manner. A lot of times, you guys just gotta be real people. You know, it's, hey man, look, I mean, if you want to keep going down this road, then hey, I mean, that's on you. I can't tell you how to live your life. That's on you. But I'm telling you, you have kids, that's your motivation. You don't need anything else. You don't need somebody to come piss you off. You don't need it. No. You have kids and you're involved with them. You always want to be there. Yeah. So if you always want to be there, you're going to have to put yourself in a position where you're going to last longer and you're going to be able to be there and enjoy those moments. Not just be there and spectate those moments, but able to partake in those and enjoy those moments. That's hitting people with a slap of reality right there. Like, damn, okay. I never looked at it that way. It's like, yeah. I mean, what other way did you look at it? Oh, I just wanted to lose some weight, or, you know, just, it's like, nah, you got kids. There you go. Don't look any further than that. So if you want to enjoy, you want to pick them up, want to run outside and do all the fun things with them for as long as you can, because that's a brief period. Because once they get a certain age, they go off to college and, you know, get married and do all these things. And now you're just sitting around possibly waiting on grandkids, you know, so you can kind of, you know, start that over again. But that's been effective, you know, for me, is painting, you know, a different narrative as opposed to following that same, hey man, you got to do this, you're going to do that, and it's going to make you feel better. And, you know, because you may eat right, and you might not start losing a lot of weight at that point in time. So let's say you're eating right, but you're going to the gym, you're lifting, you're training every day. You're like, man, I'm not losing any weight, but I'm putting in all this work. I've changed my nutrition and this, that, and the third. It's like, Well, do you realize there's a trade-off? Lean muscle mass and body fat. So if you check your body fat, notice your body fat is a little bit lower, lean muscles up, weight kind of evens out a little bit. But even if your body is burning fat, I'd rather burn the fat from around my organs than under my skin. Because, you know, the stuff hanging out around my organs ain't doing me no good.
Not bad. How do you address the mental health aspect of fitness?
The mental health aspect, man, you just feel better. A lot of people that come in the mornings say, man, my days have been totally different. Coming in, putting in work in the morning, as opposed to waiting in the evening. Because mentally, I'm gonna put you in a good place before you leave here. That's the big thing. Because we're gonna laugh, we're gonna work hard, we're gonna have some fun. But it wakes your body up. It wakes your body up. You know, if something was stressing you out, you know, up until that point, nah, man, you know, leave that at the door. Because you'll be able to deal with that a little bit easier when you walk out, because you've had time to think about it, but you've had time to think about it in a productive setting. It's different when you're in a setting, you're having a bad day and everybody in here is rotten eggs. Because now your day is going to stay bad because yeah, if that was me or if that was that, I wouldn't be doing that, you know. But, you know, you come in, you're having a bad day. It's like, why you having a bad day? Oh, such and such, man. Look, don't worry about that right now. You know, let's go ahead and put these gloves on. We're going to get on these bags. Boom, 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 boom. If somebody done pissed you off, hit the bag harder. You know, whatever it is, get all that out. You know, so now you're like, man, I done broke a good sweat and breathing hard and putting in work. Man, I feel good, man. Thanks, I needed that. You know, so mentally, what did that do for you mentally? It took you out of that place and it put you in somewhere totally different. Now you feel a whole lot better than when you first started. So the thing is, like, towards the end of the day, a whole lot of life has happened. So however you woke up that morning is how you face that adversity throughout the day. So now you come in the evening, man, crap, I had a bad day, man. This happened, that happened. Really? Yeah, man, all right. That's good, that's cool, man. You know what? Man, let's put these gloves on. About to go upstairs, about to hit that bag, boom, 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 boom. About to work all that stuff out, bam, bam, bam. Right? But also that day is also taking a toll on your energy levels. You're kind of worn down by the end of the day. You know, so mentally, if this is where you want to be, boom, you show up. Because you're locked in. You know what you need. Man, I need to go to the gym because I gotta do some weights. I gotta get some exercise in. I gotta do this. I know it's gonna make me feel better. And people say that, man, I feel a whole lot better since I've come in, got this workout, got this training in, and then go home. I'm good. I sleep good. Wake up the next day, boom, and I'm ready to roll because I went to sleep in a positive state. So I woke up in that same state. If you kind of just miss everything and you're in a negative state and you've been that way the whole evening, you go to sleep, you wake up, guess where you are? You're still in that state, right? So if the person meets you at the door with any type of adversity, guess what? You still sliding down that hill. So being able to come in, you know, work out, sweat it out, release those endorphins to make your body feel all nice and happy. You're feeling good about, you know, everything that's going on. Plus, you know, being in the positive environment, being in, you know, in an environment where, you know, everybody's like, hey, man, how you doing, man? Come, yeah, you came to get some? Yeah, man, let's get some. You know, and if you are having like deep, you know, family issues, those same people are like your supporters. You know, like, oh, man, hey, look, anything you need, just let me know. We're here for you, you know, but glad you came, you know what I'm saying? Let's get this work in. You know, so people need that. Where else can you go? Where you gonna find that? Brotherhood and sisterhood, whatever, being in the Marine Corps, that stuff is built through going through hard times together. So when you and somebody else are going through something hard, you're creating a bond. Because now it's like, yeah, man, hey, look, we're going to go through this together. We're going to make it through this together. Come on now, don't quit yet. You know what I'm saying? We almost there. It's a we. We're almost there. Not, oh, I'm almost there. No, because we're going through this together. Team sports, same thing. That's where the bond, football, you know, there's a bond there. Because you've gone through something together. Like bam, man, you butted heads on Friday nights, Saturdays, Sundays, whatever, with these guys. You know, you done went through grueling summer workouts, all these workouts, but all that stuff tends to build a bond. So if people are having problems, where they gonna go? They're gonna talk to their teammate. You know, let me talk to the person that go to the gym. They kind of totally removed from the situation, so they're just gonna give me a real take on it. It's not going to be something that's going to benefit them, or because they're not even associated with this problem. I'm bringing this problem to them. I'm saying, hey, man, I was kind of stressed out because blah, blah. Oh, man, you know, I went through the same thing before. You know what I did? Blah, 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 blah. Man, wow, I never thought about that. Hell yeah, that's what I did. You know, so now where do you want to be? You want to go where everybody's like, hey, man, look, don't worry about none of that stuff. You know, we're about to go in here, we're about to get after it, and we're going to have a better day because of it. So the culture here is, you don't say, hey, have a good day. You know, have a good day. All right. Say, have a great day. Have an outstanding day. You know, everybody come in. Hey, Coach D, how your day been? I already know, outstanding. Like, yeah, man, this is outstanding. And the thought process behind that was a lady came in. She just joined not too long ago, her and her family. She was walking out. She said, all right, Coach, have a good day. I said, you got a second? She said, yeah, what you got? I said, so I just want to give you something to think about. I said, don't aim to have a good day. You have a great day. I said, okay. I said, the reason being is good is too close to bad. See, if you're having a great day, some idiot comes along and knocks your mood down, now you're having a good day, but you can bounce back up to having a great day. If you're good, now you're straight to bad, and somebody's got to pull you out of that. You know, so we don't go with all the mediocre stuff. Now we're gonna go with the excellent, you know, the standard. So the standard is great, it's excellent, outstanding. That's the standard. So even day-to-day interactions, when people are leaving and people say, all right, now y'all have an outstanding day, y'all have a great day. And they're talking to everybody in the gym. It's like, yeah, like that stuff is making an impact because they're going out and they're impacting somebody else's day because their day is already outstanding. So in my own way, I'm rubbing off on the world, man.